Archangel Michael says, there is something in your room right now that doesn't belong there. It has been placed silently without your knowledge, and its presence carries a dark energy that pulls at your spirit. The urgency to remove it is not a suggestion. It is a command for your own safety and peace. The air around you feels heavier because of it. And though you cannot see it clearly, it lingers with intent. Someone close to you wanted it hidden, wanting you to remain unaware of its true purpose. But its power is already shifting things in your life, blocking your blessings and disturbing your nights. This is not an ordinary object. It carries with it the shadow of a woman who thought she could control you. Her thoughts wrapped themselves into this item, and now it vibrates with energy meant to twist your destiny. You have noticed how uneasy you feel in your own space. And that is no coincidence. It must be removed immediately before her plan succeeds and your path collapses into something she designed. This moment is your warning. And the sooner you act, the sooner your life can breathe freely again. Do not delay, because every second it stays, her energy grows stronger around you. Type Amen to get blessing. 333. The woman who did this was not random. She knows you personally. She has been watching you, quietly, calculating, making sure her move would not be obvious. But Archangel Michael allowed this truth to reach you now so you can act before it's too late. Your dreams have been restless, filled with shadows and whispers that you can't explain. That is the residue of her energy echoing in your subconscious. She thought you wouldn't recognize the source, but now it stands exposed. This item, small as it may seem, carries an invisible chain attached to your spirit. Every time you walk past it, it pulls at you, draining your energy bit by bit. You have been feeling tired, weak, and strangely anxious for no reason at all. That is the effect she wanted. Your strength dissolving slowly until you are too weak to rise against her influence. But you are not powerless, because the very act of knowing what is happening gives you authority to stop it. Archangel Michael stands near, cutting the ties she tried to wrap around you. Type Amen to get blessing. 444. The woman who placed this object carries a heart of envy. She could not bear to see your light shining brighter than hers. Jealousy consumed her, and instead of facing her own reflection, she decided to strike yours. She wanted you to lose your direction, to become confused, to doubt yourself in ways you never have before. You've been asking why so many things around you have felt blocked. And here lies the answer. It is not just life's randomness. It is her intention woven into your space. Archangel Michael says the chains of envy are fragile when exposed to light. Once you confront this truth, the power she thought she had collapses instantly. But you must not ignore it or pretend it's not real, because silence is her weapon. You must reclaim your room, your space, and your peace. Every corner that felt unsettled will breathe again once this object is gone. The woman will feel the recoil of her own actions when your light breaks free. Type Amen to get blessing. 555. Her plan was never to hurt you physically, but to take hold of your future. She wanted to plant doubts, keep opportunities from reaching you, and make you feel as though you are not enough. That is why your victories lately feel heavy, why joy seems fleeting. But Archangel Michael's sword has already struck the unseen cords binding your blessings. He exposes not only her, but also the invisible wall she created around your life. The truth is, her energy cannot withstand the light that now surrounds you. She thought you would remain blind to this, that the silence would protect her. But now her name trembles in fear, because once you remove what she placed, her mask falls with it. The power she thought she held over you evaporates into nothing. You are chosen, and no shadow can consume what is chosen. What she tried to bury in your room becomes her own downfall when you cast it out. Heaven has already declared this battle in your favor. Type Amen to get blessing. 666. Her presence is hidden, but the mark she left behind is real. She walked into your space not with kindness but with calculation, leaving behind something that would whisper against your spirit every single day. She wanted to plant fear, confusion, and a silent storm inside the very walls you call safe. Every time you feel chills for no reason, every time you sense eyes on you when you are alone, it is because of what she left. That item has become her messenger, carrying her intentions into your atmosphere. She thought no one would ever tell you, but now the veil is broken. The heaviness you've been carrying is not yours. It is hers. She wanted you to doubt your strength, to think you are losing your control. But you are stronger than her shadows, because light always pierces through darkness when it's revealed. Tonight, even as you read these words, the walls of your room are stirring. That energy knows its time is ending because Archangel Michael has commanded its removal. The woman's grip is slipping and she cannot stop what heaven has exposed. Type Amen to get blessing. 777. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $20. She thought she could silence you, that your dreams would collapse under her envy. But what she never understood is that chosen souls are protected even in silence. You were never walking alone, even when you felt isolated. Your spirit sensed something was off. That something had shifted in your home. It wasn't paranoia. It was your higher self crying out for freedom. And now the reason is clear. The warning is loud. And the solution is simple. Remove it before it removes your joy. You may feel resistance when you look at it. You may even feel fear pressing against your chest when you reach for it. That's how strong her intention was. But Archangel Michael's presence is greater still. Once you remove it, the energy that tried to break you will shatter instantly. She will feel the backlash of her own doing, and what she thought would harm you will circle back to her doorstep. That is the law of hidden intention. It never escapes the hand that released it. Type Amen to get blessing. 888. Do not underestimate what has been revealed to you. This is not just about a simple object. It is about the hidden battle over your destiny. She wanted to write your story with her envy. But only heaven has the pen to decide your ending. This moment you are living is proof of divine timing. You were meant to know now, not before, because heaven needed her plans to fully reveal themselves. If you had known earlier, you may not have seen the truth as clearly as you do tonight. Her energy is already crumbling. She feels the weight of exposure pressing against her spirit. The more you step into light, the weaker her shadows become. When you remove it, you will notice a sudden shift in the air. A heaviness will lift and your room will feel like it can breathe again. That is the power of Archangel Michael's protection over you. Type Amen to get blessing. 999. Archangel Michael says, "Your spirit is too precious to be bound by envy. You are marked for greater things, and no hidden plan can erase what has already been written for you." The woman may have thought her action was secret, but the heavens recorded every move. Your nights of restlessness will end once this is done. You will notice your dreams clearing, your energy returning, and your focus sharpening again. She wanted you distracted and drained, but now the opposite will happen. Your strength will multiply. Do not fear her reaction when she realizes you've broken her grip. She cannot touch what is guarded by divine protection. Her only weapon was secrecy. And now that secrecy has been destroyed, you are walking into a new season where hidden enemies can no longer hide. The mask she wore will fall and her true intentions will be revealed not only to you but to those around you. Her exposure will come naturally. Type Amen to get blessing. 111. The woman who left this behind wanted control, not just over your space, but over your spirit. She could not handle your strength, your rising blessings, and the doors that were opening for you. So, she chose the path of secrecy, thinking the unseen could break you more than the visible. But her plan is cracking already. She never expected that Archangel Michael would send this message into your hands tonight. She never thought her quiet steps would be revealed so loudly. This is why your intuition has been pulling at you. Every time you walk into that room, your soul feels something is wrong. That is the signal heaven placed inside you to notice the hidden chains. It may feel overwhelming right now, but do not let fear guide you. You are not alone because divine protection surrounds you stronger than ever before. You were chosen to see this truth, and chosen souls are never left without help. Type Amen to get blessing. 222. The object she left carries her intentions like a mirror. It reflects her bitterness, her jealousy, her quiet wish that you would fall. Every time you came near it, you felt drained because her energy was tied to it. But soon, that mirror will shatter. The moment you remove it, her reflection will no longer reach into your life. The chain she thought was invisible will snap before her eyes. She underestimated you. She thought silence meant weakness, but silence only gave heaven the time to build your victory. The patience of light always outlasts the rush of darkness. Archangel Michael is already cutting through her design. Every knot she tied is being untangled. Every word she whispered is dissolving. Her envy is powerless against the shield that now surrounds you. Type Amen to get blessing 333. Do not be surprised if she senses the shift in her own life. The moment you free your room, she will feel her own storms rising. That is the weight of energy returning to its source. You may notice her acting differently, suddenly restless, suddenly distant. That is because she knows in her spirit that what she sent out is gone. And with its removal, she has no grip left on you. This is not just the end of her plan. It is the beginning of your release. Your blessings which were tied up will begin to move freely again. Opportunities that seemed blocked will flow toward you like water breaking through a dam. Your future was never in her hands. She only delayed what was yours, but now nothing can stop it from reaching you. Archangel Michael has declared this season to be one of freedom. Type Amen to get blessing. For 44, the shadows in your room are trembling because their hiding place has been uncovered. The walls know they will soon breathe freely again. The air is preparing to shift into peace. You will feel lighter as if a weight has been lifted off your chest. That heaviness in your mornings, the confusion in your mind will all fade. You will remember what it feels like to walk with strength and clarity again. She will regret the moment she tried to bind your light. For the chains she placed will become her own burden to carry. That is the justice of heaven. Every arrow fired unjustly returns home. And you, the one she thought she could silence, will rise louder than ever. The very voice she wanted hidden, will echo with strength across every path you walk. This is your moment of victory. Type Amen to get blessing 555. The atmosphere in your home has already begun to react. That object no longer sits silently. It trembles under the weight of truth. The light you carry is too strong to be hidden beneath someone else's envy. She thought you would never see what was happening, that you would accept the heaviness as your own. But the revelation has arrived and it is clear now. Your spirit knows, your body knows, and heaven has confirmed it. Archangel Michael stands with his sword drawn, guarding you from the last ripple of her energy. His shield surrounds your room, pushing back every shadow that tried to linger there. What she meant for control is now being burned away by divine fire. This exposure was not meant to scare you. It was meant to free you. Freedom only comes when the hidden becomes visible. And tonight, everything is visible. You will no longer suffer silently under a plan you did not deserve. Type Amen to get blessing. 666. The moment you act, the shift will be undeniable. That room will breathe differently, as if the very walls were waiting for release. The atmosphere will grow lighter, calmer, filled with peace. Every dark whisper she tied into that item will vanish. The thoughts of fear, confusion, and doubt will no longer echo in your spirit. Instead, you will feel clarity returning like the dawn after a long night. She never thought the truth would reach you. She wanted you to remain blind, to stumble forward in weakness. But now her secret is no longer secret and her grip has already broken. From this point forward, she cannot stop your eyes. The shadows she planted cannot stop your blessings. Your steps are being directed by something far greater than her jealousy. Type Amen to get blessing. 777. Her presence around you will start to feel exposed. She will not look at you the same way because she knows her plan has failed. The mask she wore will begin to crack and her true intentions will leak through. You may notice her avoiding you, growing silent or trying to shift blame. That is the mark of someone who knows their hidden actions are returning to them. She is not as powerful as she thought. Her silence now betrays her. But do not let anger consume you. Her actions are being dealt with by forces beyond your control. You were never meant to fight her in the physical. You were meant to stand firm in the light. Every blessing she tried to block will now arrive faster. The delay she caused will turn into acceleration, multiplying what you were meant to receive. Her envy has no authority over your destiny. Type Amen to get blessing. 888. You may have felt like you were under attack for no reason. Days of exhaustion, nights of unrest, opportunities slipping through your hands. That was the effect of her hidden energy weaving itself into your space. But heaven never sleeps. Even when you thought no one was noticing, Archangel Michael was watching. He allowed this moment of revelation so you would rise stronger than before. The woman who thought she could chain, you will learn that chosen souls cannot be bound. Her hands may have planted the object, but her power ends there. The moment you act, she will lose the control she thought she had. From here your story changes. The chains she placed dissolve and your room becomes a sanctuary once more. The energy shifts completely into light. Type Amen to get blessing 999. The shadows she planted are running out of strength. The walls of your room are no longer echoing her whispers. They are beginning to push her presence out. The more you become aware, the less power she has to stay hidden. Her intention was never love. It was always control. She envied your blessings and could not bear to see your light rising higher. That jealousy turned into an act she thought no one would uncover. But heaven records everything, and Archangel Michael reveals what was once concealed. Your eyes are open now and what is seen can no longer hold you captive. The very secret she guarded so carefully is breaking apart before her. This is the moment of release. This is the hour when her plan folds and your spirit steps into freedom. No more will you wake up under a heavy cloud that does not belong to you. Type Amen to get blessing 111. The heaviness that followed you in silence is preparing to lift. That object is trembling even now because it cannot survive in the presence of truth. The shadows that clung to it are unraveling as the light of revelation surrounds you. Once it is removed, your strength will return fully. The energy she tried to steal will flow back into you. The clarity she wanted to block will sharpen like a blade in your hands. She cannot stop the shift. No matter how hard she tries, the season of silence over your life has ended. Every hidden move against you is being dragged into the open. Your room will no longer feel unsettled because heaven is cleansing it. You will notice the difference instantly. The air itself will confirm your freedom. The woman's work has already failed. Type Amen to get blessing 222. Her spirit will grow restless when she realizes the object is gone. She tied herself to it, hoping it would anchor her control over you. Without it, she will feel the recoil of everything she tried to place upon your shoulders. Do not be surprised when she begins to crumble under her own weight. The energy she sent will not vanish. It will return to her. That is the law of hidden intention. Your only task is to stand firm and keep your space clear. Do not allow her residue to stay in your presence. The moment you act, your environment will glow with peace. She will regret the day she stepped into your room with envy in her heart. What she tried to bury against you will become the very chain around her. Her downfall is sealed. Type Amen to get blessing. 333. Archangel Michael says, "The chain is broken already in the unseen." What you are about to do will only complete what heaven has already declared. Nothing she left behind can overpower the authority placed within you. This is why your spirit feels lighter even reading these words. The truth itself begins to set you free before the object is even gone. That is the power of revelation. It weakens the shadow before the light arrives fully. You are stepping into restoration. The blessings that were delayed are racing back toward you. She cannot stand in the way of what was already chosen for your life. From this moment on, everything begins to shift. Freedom has arrived and your room will no longer carry her echo. Peace is already filling the space she tried to claim. Type Amen to get blessing. For 44, her secret has turned into her weakness. Now she thought leaving something in your room would give her power, but in truth it has only exposed her heart. Every hidden action eventually meets the light, and her time of hiding has ended. The walls of your room have carried her energy, but they are not hers to claim. They belong to you, and only you can decide what remains there. Tonight they are preparing to release everything she tried to bury within them. You may have felt drained as though your spirit was constantly under attack. That was her design, to make you lose hope and question your own strength. But Archangel Michael has shattered that plan completely. Now the choice is simple. Remove what she left and reclaim what is yours. Do not hesitate, because hesitation only feeds her shadow. Act quickly and you will see the peace return to your life. Type Amen to get blessing. 555. The woman did not do this alone. She carried thoughts of envy that grew in silence for a long time. Each day she saw your light rise. Her bitterness deepened until she acted on it. She thought she was clever, but she underestimated the hand of heaven. Nothing hidden stays hidden forever. At the right moment, everything concealed is brought into the open. This revelation is that moment for you. You were chosen to know now because you are strong enough to break free. Had it been revealed earlier, you type Amen to get blessing 666. Her shadow tried to reach into your dreams. That is why you have been restless at night, waking up with unease you could not explain. Her energy was speaking through the object, feeding itself into your spirit while you rested. But heaven never sleeps. The angels stood guard, making sure she could not fully break your spirit. They kept you standing even when you felt weakest. This is why you are still here, still strong, still alive. She thought you would fall, but you have only risen higher. That is the protection of divine light over your life. Now the tides turn completely. What she sent against you will no longer touch you. Her grip is broken forever. Type Amen to get blessing. 777. Archangel Michael says, this is the last time her energy will linger in your room. Once it is gone, the air will shift and you will notice peace you have not felt in months. Even the silence will feel different, calm instead of heavy. You will no longer carry fear when you are alone. You will no longer feel drained when you wake up. Instead, your spirit will rise refreshed, filled with strength and clarity. She thought she had silenced you, but your voice will only grow louder. The blessings that were blocked will begin to flow toward you at double speed. Her chains have turned into your breakthrough. This is your moment of restoration. This is your hour of freedom. And nothing she does can stop what has already been set in motion. Type Amen to get blessing 888. The woman never expected her secret to collapse so quickly. She believed her silence would protect her. But silence is fragile when truth begins to rise. What she left in your room has now become the very evidence that uncovers her heart. She thought she could hide behind a mask of kindness while planting shadows in your space. But her mask is cracking and soon her face will be revealed. Those around her will begin to notice the unease in her spirit. The object she placed carries a piece of her and that piece is unraveling. Every time you sense heaviness in your chest, that is her tether pulling at you. But the cord has already begun to snap under the weight of light. Your spirit is stronger than any silent curse. Your destiny is larger than her jealousy and no shadow she left can rewrite the story heaven has written for you. Type Amen to get blessing 999. The air in your room will testify to this shift. Once the object is gone, you will notice how quickly peace fills the space. The silence will no longer feel haunted. It will feel sacred. She may try to reach you again, but her efforts will be weaker each time. Once exposed, darkness loses its power. She cannot plant again what has already been uprooted. The heaviness you carried was never yours to bear. That weight was her envy pressed against your shoulders. Removing it will be like stepping out of a storm into sunlight. From that moment forward, you will feel lighter, freer, and stronger. Every day will carry a clarity you thought you lost. That is the promise of this revelation. Type Amen to get blessing 111. She may grow desperate once she realizes her plan has failed. Desperation always follows exposure. But her efforts will collapse before they even reach your door. You have entered a season where nothing can be hidden against you. Every mask will fall. Every false smile will reveal its true intention. That is the power of truth. It forces what is covered to come undone. Your enemies will stumble on their own shadows. They will not understand how their secrets reach your ears, but heaven has already chosen to keep you informed. You are not meant to walk blind. This is why your spirit has been nudged awake. You are being trained to sense energy, to know when something is not right, to trust the warnings given to you. This gift will protect you for the rest of your life. Type Amen to get blessing 222. Archangel Michael says, your victory is sealed. The woman cannot reverse what has been revealed. Her chains have already been broken and her control is dissolving. From this point, your blessings will begin to flow faster. The very things that felt blocked will begin to arrive at your doorstep. She will not be able to understand how quickly your life changes. The truth is, her actions became the key to your breakthrough. By trying to trap you, she only unlocked your protection. By trying to silence you, she only gave you a louder voice. This is why heaven allowed it to happen, to turn her plan into your stepping stone. Every shadow she planted has become proof of your chosen destiny. And nothing she does now can undo that. Type Amen to get blessing 333.